escape regret and navigate change and build a meaningful life. Because that's really what it comes down to. When I think about the common threads in my work, that's so much of what it comes down to, is leaving the past in the past, letting go of regret, navigating transition, and in the process, creating and experiencing life in a more meaningful and fulfilling way. The last probably 3 years of my business were very uncomfortable. But it was, so much of it was my ego was in the way. Because here you are, and you know, anybody who reaches any kind of age in life is going to probably reconcile changing careers. And there's that thing of that sunk cost fallacy. And this is where the marriage part comes back into it, reconnect. I've been in this marriage for 30 years, 40 years, you know, like I may as well just hang in there for the next 40. Or I've been at this job for 40 years or 30 years, I may as well hang in there. It's that sunk cost fallacy of, well, since I've invested this much already, I may as well just stay here, even though I'm miserable every day.
Right.
That was kind of where I was at in my work. I was like, God, do I really want to start over in a whole new thing where I'm nobody? And then I recognized, oh, girl, that's your ego, first of all, talking. And secondly, how about if we talk to ourselves the way we would talk to our client and remind ourselves that you're never really restarting from zero. You're always bringing an entire history and experience with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that can ease that trepidation about making a change, because this is what we're talking about. Our big idea today is making change, is you know, making big life shifts. And that remembrance that you're always bringing yourself with you, and that includes all of your learnings, all of your failings, and all of your experience and wisdom. About the coaching client I had this morning, my first call this morning, is she is a woman in midlife, and I have seen her connection, the level of connection that she's created in her marriage, just really be on a positive trajectory over the last probably year. And this is coming from a place where she was questioning, did she even want to stay married? And just through the work that we've done. Now, I have not done any work at all with the two of them as a couple. This is just me working with her and shifting her perceptions, her perspectives, and how she can show up in different ways, and how she can reconcile the ways that she may have been abandoning herself in the past in favor of these roles of wife and mother, and how it created resentment, and how, like, sort of moving through and healing that. And so now when we check in on how are things with the marriage, they're feeling a lot more connected. They're just enjoying a different level of relationship, and it's continuing to move and grow in that direction, because it doesn't happen overnight, of course. My divorce in 2020, I took 6 months to get my feet under me. I stayed with some friends and just needed a quiet, soft place to land and get my head back together. And I, out of nowhere, made this decision to live nomadically, because I had no home anymore. We had sold our home. We'd sold our mountain home. I wasn't living anywhere. I was living in my friend's basement for 6 months. And I just had this inspired thought of, you know, I can just travel. I'll just travel, and I'll just visit all the people I never get to see, because you know how it is, Eric. Oh, well, we should visit. We should catch up. You guys should come here. No one ever does that.
With no intention of doing it, right?
Even if you have the intention, you never get around to it. So I was like, you know what? I have an opportunity now that is unprecedented. And so I traded my Lexus to my best friends for their minivan, which was 20 years old at the time, or close to it, 15 years old. And I got rid of most of my stuff. I put some stuff in storage, and I loaded that van to the gills, and I spent 3 years traveling, just staying with friends and family and colleagues, and literally nomadically living. Now, I was working, so I wasn't just like on vacation, so I just needed Wi-Fi and a place to lay my head, and it was so much fun.
That's so awesome.
So unscripted, Like, talk about having no plan. But the other amazing thing is, it all just worked. It just worked. Seriously, there were times when I didn't know where I would be sleeping the next week.
Wow.
But it never bothered me. It never stressed me. I just had this weird peace about it just all working out. And it always did. For somebody who spent so many years planning and orchestrating and organizing, and it was the most beautiful, organic, just surrendering of watching life unfold.